Hey everyone, welcome to Season 1, Episode 5 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Today we're covering some of the most common mistakes that people make when it comes to storytelling, why your Google business listing is absolutely crucial, and how different personality types can help you succeed in your marketing career and B2B sales. Plus, I talk about why fresh eyes are so important. Hey everyone, welcome back to Marketing Ninja Unleashed. If you're here, you're already ahead of the curve, so well done you. I'm Rena, and today we've got an episode covering some of the most common mistakes that people make when it comes to storytelling, why your Google business listing is absolutely crucial if you've got a premises, and how understanding different personality types can help you succeed in your marketing career and B2B sales. Plus, I was talking to a company a while ago about working with them, but they chose to work with an agency that specialises in their industry. It was interesting to me. Let me tell you why I don't think that's as important as you think. So, starting with the mistakes that people make in storytelling. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools in marketing these days, especially when it's done right. But I see so many brands getting it wrong. So the top mistakes that I see brands making all the time are, number one, making it all about you and not your audience. Your story should be framed around your customer's journey, not just your company's history. People care about how your brand fits into their lives, so include the benefit to your customers in all of your stories, and you'll instantly start seeing a much more engaged audience. Number two, too much jargon. Marketers love industry buzzwords, but your audience? Probably not. Don't waffle, keep it simple, relatable, and most importantly, keep it human. Number three, forgetting emotions. People will always remember how you made them feel, more so than the details of what you actually said. So remember that and try and build in emotions where you can to help your stories convert better. If you can avoid these mistakes and craft stories that truly connect, you'll see better engagement, stronger relationships, and ultimately more conversions. Let's move on to your Google business listing. If you're a local business and you're not optimizing your business listing, you are missing out. There's a common saying that your website is your shop window, which is partially true, but only when people know how to get to it. That means they need to know your URL or your brand enough to go straight onto your website. What about all those people that don't know you? How many people are ignoring your company website because what they see just before that, your Google business listing, isn't appealing enough? For me, it's one of the most important things you need to worry about. Imagine all those people that Google you. It's the first thing that people see before they get to your shop window. So if it's incomplete or outdated, you're making a really bad first impression. A fully optimized listing helps you rank higher when people search for services in your area. It helps your SEO rankings and gives you more visibility, which equals more customers. Your Google reviews also show a customer's perspective on your business, and that helps to build trust. And these days, social proof is everything. If you're not actively collecting and responding to reviews, you're missing out on credibility and conversions. These are all called confidence builders that make all the difference when it comes to choosing you over your competitors. Plus, it's a free marketing tool from Google. You can post updates, highlight offers, and even answer customer questions directly from your listing. So if you haven't checked or updated your Google profile lately, do it today. Make sure your information is accurate, your images are up to date, and you're engaging with your reviews. Trust me, it makes a difference. Now I want to share a little recording about having a fresh pair of eyes on your business and why that's such an important thing for every company. One of the most important things I've learned in my career and whilst running my business is to make sure you are always taking a fresh look and perspective on things. And if you're heavily involved in something, that's impossible to do. That's when you need an outsider to review things, whether it's a whole new website, a document you've been working on, or even your social posts. I hear way too many times that companies are looking for marketing experts in their industry. And whilst that can bring some positives, sometimes it means that agencies become complacent, and all websites and marketing end up being the same. So seeing your brand or project through a fresh pair of eyes will give you a whole new perspective on things and help you see your business as your customers see it, not as you do. A good marketer should be able to adapt their skills across all industries because the principles of marketing do not change, whether you're in a creative industry, e-commerce, or even running a hotel. Look for an expert in their field, not one in yours, because then you'll get a set of truly fresh eyes on your project. It's something that my colleague and very good friend Kish Danak taught me, and I've always done this with clients and will continue to do so. Believe it or not, your business isn't about what you want to say, it's about what your customers need to hear. And a fresh pair of eyes is what is going to give you that different perspective. Let's talk about people. When it comes to people, you get lots of different types of personalities, and they're so important when it comes to marketing. They help you to create accurate representations of your customers and understand them better. So when you adapt your approach to marketing, it's a game changer because you communicate with them so much better. In a B2B environment, you're not usually a transactional business. You're selling to people who have their own preferences, their own pain points, and decision-making styles. So I'm going to focus on B2B marketing, as this is where you have the most direct conversations with your customers and where you can make a huge difference. There are hundreds of ways to categorize personalities, from Myers-Briggs, 16 personalities, to Insights Discovery, plus lots of others. Today, I'm going to talk about Insights Discovery, because I did that test a while ago while I was at Police Mutual, and it taught me so much. If you want to know more, I've added a link to the Insights Discovery solution in the description. So the Insight system, it was built around the model of personalities that was identified by the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. Using Jung's typology, this framework helps you get a pretty good idea for self-understanding and development. And I could go on forever about these. Psychology really fascinates me, but I won't. So back to the point. This framework helped me to understand that being a quiet and analytical thinker was my default personality type. But I had the capability to dial up and down to use the different traits that categorize me. And that meant I could also be my opposite type, the extroverted, intuitive motivator. I know that's a mouthful. I don't ever condone categorizing people, and the same applies here. But when you can see and recognize personality traits, communicating with people becomes so much easier. Let me give you an example. I would go to my manager with a full detailed report with spreadsheets and lists and costs and everything that I'd pulled together for a campaign to see if they thought it was a good idea. I'd usually get shut down. Then I learnt my manager had a very different personality style to me. She wanted a short, concise summary to help her make a decision. So I changed the way I presented proposals from that point onwards. I did all my research and gathered all the facts that I needed, but then I summarised the aim, task, resources, and predicted outcome into a short synopsis. It made a huge difference. She was able to make a decision based on the information that I'd given her, knowing that I had done all the research in the background. So how can you use it for conversion? It works best in a one-to-one situation and is usually referred to as relationship marketing. First of all, you need to be self-aware. You need to understand your personality traits and, most importantly, how you come across to others. In the example that I gave earlier with my manager, we were very different. In my mind, I was thinking she'll love this proposal. It's got charts and figures and instructions, everything I would need to make a decision. From her perspective, she was thinking, oh no, this is a lot of information to process. I'm going to need extra time to read and take it all in, and I just don't have that. When I realised how she was reacting to what I thought was a wonderful proposal, I realised that I was actually overwhelming her. So by summarising it for her, it helped her to process the proposal in the way I wanted her to. And she knew that I'd done all the research and I had all the information in the background anyway. This worked a treat. It helped us communicate so much better. So when you're presenting a proposal to someone, try and work out what their personality type is and how you can communicate better with them. A couple of ways to help you do that. If your prospect is extroverted, always busy, makes decisions quickly, they don't have time to hear everything about your company, how your team has won awards, or what your shoe size is, slim down your proposal. Get to the point and only present what they need to hear to meet their objectives. If you're like me, you'll have all the information in appendices anyway. So when they have questions, you're ready to answer them. But wait for them to ask. You can let them know that you have all the background information if they want it, but your core proposal should answer how you're going to solve their problem. Then go on to ask them when they'll actually be able to make a decision. And make sure you follow up. If your prospect takes time to analyze numbers and charts, make sure you have the time to go through the details with them and you leave them to do their own research. They will want to know that you've completed your due diligence and be able to answer all of their questions. They might also need the extra time to take in your proposal. So book in a follow-up meeting after they've had time to process and take things in. Don't be too pushy though, it will turn them off. There's so many more different personality traits that I can go through, but I won't do that right now. The key thing that you need to remember is know who you are and how you come across to others. Adapt your style to match them, and that will help you build a truly deep connection. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We covered the biggest storytelling mistakes, why your Google business listing is crucial, and how understanding personality types can take your marketing and sales game to the next level. Plus, why it's so important to get a fresh pair of eyes on your business. If you found this useful, make sure you subscribe and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if you have any questions or topics you want me to cover in future episodes, let me know. Next time, I'll be talking about how you can have fun with AI in marketing and use it to improve your customer journey in real time, and how you can use emotion to sell. Plus, I'll have a surprise guest as well. Remember, you and your story is here to make sure your story is the one that the world won't forget. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time on Marketing Ninja Unleashed.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.